What's going on, my people? How you doing? Welcome to the IGLOOSIVE podcast. I am your host, Polar Bear, and today we have a very special guest, one of my dear friends. Please welcome to the podcast, Chona E.
Hola, manito.
Polar bear. Now we getting busy, bridging the gap. Cooler than the polar bear. Born in the game.
Hey. Do you prefer Chona or Joanna or?
Honestly, Chona's good.
Chona.
Yeah, it's easy.
Chona E. All right.
Chona E.
And Chona is from San Antonio, born and raised?
Born and raised. I did kind of move away to Del Rio for a little bit, but then came back. So yeah.
Okay. What took you out to Del Rio?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. My parents got divorced, so we went out there. I lived there.
Mexican style. I love
You know
that
what
shit.
I mean? We left everything behind and just left San Antonio in the dust. We lived there for, I think I was 4 when they divorced. And then I moved back to San Antonio when I was 9.
Who moved to Del Rio, your mom or your dad?
My mom. Yeah, dad stayed in San Antonio and my mom moved to Del Rio.
Fuck yeah. Dad wanted to stay where the cocaine was
Oh,
good.
dude, see what I'm saying? No, it's weird because my mom wanted to get closer to the border because you go over there and they're hella dudes. You know, she's a recently divorced woman.
Woo.
Get a little frisky.
Damn, all kind of chorizo.
You see what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
She made the right choice.
Good job, Mom.
I mean, shit. I'd probably do the same thing.
Right?
You know what I mean? You got to live your best life after a divorce.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do.
Go where the poppin's hot.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. So for people who have never seen Chona, she is a content creator as well. And she's also starting to dibble and dabble her way into stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been doing? When was your first set for stand-up?
First set for stand-up was November of 2019.
Oh wow! So you're like new into the game.
I will be 3 years old this year in stand-up comedy world.
4 years old this year, right?
Oh, 4 years. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just passed 3.
4 years old. Yeah, I just passed 3. Yeah.
I love it. And how long have you been doing skits?
Skits for as long as I can remember, I've been doing skits, but actually filming and posting since 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I started, I was backwards. I started with the stand-up comedy in 2011, and then I started doing skits in 2015.
Okay.
So it was like backwards.
Okay,
but
nice.
It's a really hard thing to like start doing skits and creating content and then slipping into stand-up because it's like it's so hard, especially if you have like a really big following and then you go into stand-up because now you have to work through the kinks while people know you.
Correct.
So
that's definitely true.
Yeah. What was the most difficult thing you had to overcome as like being in stand-up? Like what were your fears of getting on stage?
That they wouldn't laugh, that I wouldn't have enough that I wasn't as polished and textbook to when I need to put the laughs in, or when to let them laugh, when to not, or when to put. I was just afraid of all that. But the biggest thing that had me hesitated to get on stage was that what if they just don't laugh?
Right.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
It's a nerve-wracking feeling.
It really is. Know. I mean, and I actually didn't start making jokes or speaking really until maybe my 3rd or 4th performance. It actually took about a year for me to actually do 5 minutes of real stand-up because I was just performing my parodies. And then I would just like introduce the next parody and people would laugh at the little things I would say right before I introduced the next song. So that's when Irma Ruiz is like, you have something there.
Right.
Her and Israel were encouraging me, like, you have a stage presence. Like, you should really consider doing this.
Well, yeah, see, that's kind of the thing that you have on your side is that you're naturally funny. Like, you naturally have the energy. You're naturally, like, outgoing and a goofball.
Yeah.
So, like, when you have that already, you just get up on stage. You can almost be yourself to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent, you definitely can. But it's a completely different world. I mean, I feel like I have had to learn kind of having already an audience that knows me. But it's also difficult if, I shared the story with you earlier, if I try to get out of that world and go and try to do some what is it, open mic night stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, that's super freaking scary because nobody knows me there.
Yeah.
And so I did an open mic, and it was bad.
Open mics are rough. And the reason they're rough is because it's comics performing for comics. And comics really aren't paying attention to your set because they're
Right.
kind of going through their own head with the jokes that they have to do.
Yeah.
So like you might be going up there and they'll be looking at you, but they're thinking in their head, okay, so I'm going to do this joke first. I'm going to do that joke. Then I'm going to do this joke. And so like you get up there and you start mind fucking yourself like, dude, I thought these jokes were going to hit, but they're not funny for nothing.
Yeah.
And then the more you do them, you're like, I'm fucking performing for comics. No wonder they're not laughing.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about
They
me.
don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's a whole fucking thing. When did so you've been doing skits since 2018. What was the first one that you had like go viral?
So we did we had seen this video, Billy and I, who's my husband, we had seen this video of a couple in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
They were cutting the grass. The husband's cutting the grass and she's watering him with a water hose to keep him cool while he's watering the grass. So we thought that was really funny, and we decided to reenact it, but kind of Mexican way. And so basically we did that in 2018, and it ended up getting picked up by the local news stations, and they were sharing it. And that's when Chona was born. That's when we actually started creating social media platforms for her, because we actually had people asking, where can we find this girl?
That's legit. How long into creating skits did it take y'all to do that? Like, was it in 2018 or was it 2019 or?
It was 2018. And that
wow.
was the first skit that we had actually filmed.
Mm-hmm.
My brother edited it, put it together, sent it to me. I posted it on my personal page and
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube, on my personal YouTube channel. And it got a lot of attention.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's very hard to do. Like, when you start doing skits, it takes a while for you to like catch any fire. I started in 2015, in January of 2015, and I didn't have my first viral skit until April of 2016.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a year and a half of just straight, pumping them out, and like nothing was hitting. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I thought this one was gonna be great. And it's like, meh.
And then it's crazy because with content creating, you can have the most spectacular idea, or you can do something that's right on trend.
Yeah.
And nobody will give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do one that's just like, hey, I'm just going to fucking make this a throwaway and just dump it on my page.
Literally.
And then they blow the fuck up. And
Yep.
you're like, okay.
That was my first skit that blew up. Was a throw. I almost didn't even post it.
You're like,
It was literally a GoPro in the shower that we use, and it was just like when your jam comes on, and it was me in the shower singing R. Kelly. This was pre-allegations.
Pre-allegations,
Yeah.
okay.
So they weren't there.
So
I wasn't,
forgive them, yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't like post or anything. Like, oh, like he locked girls in a room. That's cool. I'm still gonna sing in
I
the
love
shower.
his
Like,
music.
yeah, no, it wasn't that at all. It was just more like, oh, okay, well, okay, yeah. And then that happened. I was like, oh shit.
You're like, well, this won't be one that I'm going to be reposting over and over.
Yeah. All right. We'll just
I
leave
mean,
it
you
there.
technically could just change the song. Oh, wait, but no, you're lip singing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm getting down.
Wow.
Down.
Down.
And I have
down.
like people that like share it who's been following me since then. Like one of my favorites gets like, dude, stop fucking reposting it.
Could you please? We are in a cancel culture right now, and
Yeah.
the streets are mean.
Yeah. Literally.
That's another fear, to say the wrong shit and be canceled, dude.
It's a.
And that's just because I'm just starting. Like, I would hate that. It'd be like, well, that was a nice run, everybody.
Right.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
But there's a lot of comics these days that are literally laying out the blueprint to show what happens if you do get canceled.
Oh, really?
You just don't address it.
Move on.
That's it. Look at perfect example, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Okay.
He didn't apologize once for the thing that happened when he did the thing with Peng Dang.
Okay.
He did not apologize once. He was just like, yep, whatever. He kind of like fell back. He didn't address it. He didn't say anything. And then he kept doing his Kill Tony show. He grabbed Hans Kim and was like, I'm going to grab another Asian dude because y'all said that I hate Asians. Hans Kim is now living the dream
Wow.
and doing shit. And I'm surprised Peng Dang hasn't killed himself yet, because that has to be hard to watch, because
Yeah.
you literally threw the guy under the bus.
Yeah.
And now you see another Asian dude coming up, making out with hot girls on stage and like touring the nation, doing arenas with Joe Rogan.
You see?
Like, oh, dude, if that was me, not. I'd literally like,
oh my God.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with life.
Oh, well, I'm an overthinker too. I'd be like, I mean, yeah, I think I would take something like that really hard.
Yeah. But I mean,
that's a great story.
Mm-hmm. And also,
it's another way to look at it.
Little Duval, recently, he had some tweets come up from like 10 years ago.
Oh, that's the shit I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. That was like, it was like weird. Like, hey, man, it's kind of a little creepy. But as a comedian in comedy, I don't never like, I'm just like, whatever, dude. Like, they're a comedian. They're just fucking around. Yeah, those jokes are really weird and creepy.
Right.
And everybody was on his posts. What about the tweets? What about the tweet? He didn't address it once. He just kept posting and posting and posting. And within a week, like, there's so much shit going on in the world today.
Yeah.
That people, the attention span they have is so low that they forget about it.
Like, oh, squirrel. That's good.
Yes, literally. And like nobody, like he's still doing his shit. He's still posting.
You
Nobody
forget about
questions
it.
anymore. I even went back like a week after and somebody asked about it. And they were like, dude, that was like, yeah, who cares? Like he's not addressing it, so leave it alone. I was just like, well, shit. Like they literally laid the blueprint out for you on what to do and how to handle it.
I like that.
Yep.
All right, well, I guess I'll try to say something fucked up and see what happens.
Do it. Do it.
I hate, not just kidding. You heard it here first, folks.
They're like, hey, man, she said it. Cancel her. Don't cancel me.
No, let this renegade over here.
All right. So I know that you've kind of, your career in stand-up has really risen quickly.
Yeah.
Like, and that's really hard for a stand-up comic because like normally the ropes are you host for a while, then you feature for a while, and then you go into headlining. But it's almost like you never hosted before. You just kind of did like little guest spots and then you featured and then you're like, okay, well, I'm headlining now.
Yeah.
How rough is that? Like to just like go straight into headlining?
To be honest, I was being told by so many people that I was working with already. They're like, you're in the wrong spot. Like you need a headline. You need a headline. You need a headline. That it gave me kind of that confidence to do it. So my first official headlining gig was the first time I performed 45 minutes straight. I was only doing 20 minutes. That's all I've been doing.
Yeah.
Was at the LOL Comedy Club. And I remember calling Bobby from Upstage and
Bobby Smith. Mm-hmm.
calling Chris Gruyan, who's actually about to hit the stage at any time with Felipe Esparza. Shout out to Chris.
Hey.
So I called them and I'm like, okay, LOL gave me a spot. What do I do? Like,
Right.
I only got 20 minutes. And they're like, start writing, girl. Start getting open mics. Start trying new material. That was really tough.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't until I got that opportunity that I realized that I needed more material.
Yeah.
I didn't have it.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that I performed a 45-minute set. And before I used to use, like I said, I used to use my music as a crutch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually what's made it difficult is it's really forced me to have to write quality content for the stage that's going to hit, wherever I go.
Yeah.
And I think the scariest thing is because I lack that experience, every show that I do, I get major anxiety right before. Every single show.
Yeah.
Especially now that I'm traveling.
Yeah.
Because San Antonio, I know what to expect. They love me. That's great.
Right.
But last year when I went to Chicago, the Laugh Factory was very different. Very different for me. And
Yeah.
I'm very Latina. It's very cultural, Mexican, Hispanic comedy that I'm doing. Will it hit everywhere? I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm having to learn that.
It's definitely a lot. Like going from 20 to 45 is insane.
Insane.
And you really just have to like literally just kind of grab it by the horns and figure it out.
Yeah.
You just get up on stage and fucking do it.
Right. And the thing is that I forget what other comedian that helped me with it that told me said well, do you allow your audience to laugh? And I'm like, well, of course. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. He said, no. Or do you go right into your next joke? And I said, well, I only have had 20 minutes. So I just kind of try to get through my material in 20 minutes. Let him laugh.
Yep.
And I said, oh, okay. And at that LOL show, that was the first time that I actually allowed the audience to laugh. And what's crazy is that I noticed that as I let them laugh, then they'd start laughing more because they're just hearing it was a really good feeling. Yep. And I didn't feel scared to allow them to do that.
Right.
Because I wasn't pressed for time.
Yeah. And see, that's the big thing of going in from featuring to headlining. Because featuring, you got a tight 20.
Yes.
Get all your jokes in. Okay, boom, 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 boom. When you headline, you learn to pace yourself. You're not in a rush. You have all the time. You're the headliner. You have all the time in the world.
Right.
So you can literally sit up there and just linger with the laughs. You
want.
can riff. You can talk to people. You can fuck around. Headlining, although it is one of the hardest things, besides hosting, I think hosting's the hardest.
Okay.
Because hosting is you're coming up to a cold crowd. You have to lift them up. Like, the host is about the first 5 minutes of their set, they're probably going to eat shit.
Yeah.
Because that crowd is just tight.
Yes.
And it's your job to go up there, have that energy, bring them up, bring them out of their shell, and then you start kind of like warming them up, and then the feature comes up. I always said the feature is the best spot because you're right in the middle. The crowd is just getting warmed up.
Yeah.
They aren't that drunk yet. They haven't been there for a while.
True.
You do your set, and then you get off, and then the headliner comes up, and the headliner has to hold them through the whole thing.
Right.
And the person who I've come across who's one of the best at holding them through the whole thing is Raymond Orta.
Oh, my gosh.
Raymond is amazing.
He's a beast. I performed with him in Odessa.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he did a 2-hour set.
Yep.
And he actually asked them at an hour. I just performed for you guys for an hour. Like, I could be done.
Yeah.
They said, no, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Then another 30 minutes. I mean, I can keep going, or I could. By 2 hours, I mean, he was like, yeah, no, pues ya estoy cansado yo.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I just sat there in awe, like,
Amazing.
holy crap.
Yeah.
And it was entertaining the entire time.
Yeah. The first time I ever saw that was in New Braunfels at a fucking Ramada. It was like a room that we rented out at the Ramada.
Yeah.
And he did literally 2 hours. And I remember like, dude, he's still fucking on? And I went in there and like,
And they're
this was
very
probably like
engaged.
an hour and 50 minutes. And there's people on the back. Like there is one dude who was literally holding his stomach. Was like, like fucking wincing from laughing. And he was just fucking killing it. And I was like, dude, no mames. How is this fucking guy up here just completely murdering?
He kills.
It's amazing.
I mean, I was so inspired, and I was like, I want to have that much fucking material, dude.
Yeah.
But you also, I mean, you can have shit ton of material.
Yeah.
It's about executing and keeping them engaged, and that alone was just very impressive to see that.
But see, Raymond's been doing stand-up since 3rd grade.
What?
He started stand-up comedy in 3rd grade at a talent show, and that's when he started writing jokes. And he just was funny his whole life. He wanted to do stand-up his whole life. That's why he's so natural.
Yeah, he's very good at it.
You know how, like, that's unheard of. Somebody starting stand-up comedy when they're 8 years old?
8 years old.
It's fucking insane.
Dude, I was telling knock-knock jokes.
You know, like, this is fuck, dude. It's...
Hoo-hoo!
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, he's a whole different type of beast.
Different.
Which is...
Totally.
It's amazing. I love that dude to death, man. He's a beast on stage.
And he's so nice. Honestly, another fear of mine joining the stand-up comedy world is that I didn't know if you guys would be very welcoming to me. I thought there's so many people that have truly practiced and live, breathe, eat shit stand-up. They know everything, the art of it and all that. And then here I come, and I'm starting to make these moves so quickly. I was scared that people were going to not be nice to me.
Yeah.
As a result of, just because fucking TikTok, ahí viene esta. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I've had the exact opposite experience. You guys have been so welcoming to me.
Yeah.
Raymond Orta when I met him, I know who this guy is I'm about to meet. And he's like, Chona, very nice. It just was amazing. Same thing with you and Israel and Edema. All of y'all have all been so nice and so welcoming.
Yeah.
And have all helped mentor me in some way. I mean, I've called you about business questions.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just a really nice community in my experience so far.
Right. You'll come across some of the people who are just complete like shitty, and they have some type of like hate or envy towards you because I've been doing this for 10, 15 years and you just came in and you're already like, why is she getting headline spots? Oh, I guess we're giving headline spots to anybody now.
Yes.
You know, I heard that when I first started doing like with the TikTok and stuff. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But because a lot of them don't
Get your
know.
bag, honey.
Yeah, a lot of them don't fucking know that like, oh, he's a TikTok guy. No, motherfucker. I've been doing stand-up comedy for years. So, and that's the beautiful thing that I had to my advantage is going viral on TikTok and like, oh, well, I already know how to do this. I was pushed into headlining, but I already had I had enough material and experience to kind of like go in and do what I had to do and build from there.
Right.
So it's crazy. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
What I did want to ask you, you had said earlier that you would kind of lean on your music.
Yeah.
So for the people who don't know, Chona E also does like parody tracks and rapping. And I think the first one I heard was Cardi B.
Yeah.
Was that the first one you did?
That's the first one right after the first viral skit came out.
Now, how did that come to life? Like as far as like, were you singing the Cardi B song and just kind of like remixed it and you're like, oh dude, I got to do a song to this? Or did somebody give you an idea? What was it?
No. So my middle school friend was battling leukemia at the time. And I had just left the hospital from seeing him on practically his deathbed. Like he was on machines, he was on life support. And I had just left the hospital and I kept thinking, what can I do? There's nothing I can do. I can pray, but his family, like seeing everybody in that waiting room, and I just wanted to bring joy somehow. What can I do to bring joy? I thought. And the following day, the Cardi B song came out. And when she's saying, I like it like that, I started singing it out loud and saying, I like a my fat.
Right.
I like a my fat. And then I was just like, oh, dude, I'm going to make let's rewrite this song and get all of that. From the moment that I was in my car, I called my niece. She helped me co-write it. We wrote that in 10 minutes. We wrote that song in 10 minutes, walked down the street to my brother's house, got in his studio, and the song was done within an hour and a half.
Legit.
From the time that I was in the car. So then the filming didn't start until another 2 weeks after because schedules and stuff.
Yeah.
We filmed it. We uploaded it on Labor Day. And that was the first time I experienced big viral. The sketch video was like local viral, but this was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, my phone died in the morning because it just was so much notification. You know what it was? So that's, and I dedicated it to my friend.
Wow.
Yeah. I invited his family to take an hour out of the hospital to just come and join me on the video shoot. And they did. And they were like, we haven't had this much fun in a long time. So thank you for that. And that's really all I wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
And do it in PD's honor.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. It's such a beautiful feeling when you do something and you put a lot of effort into it and then it blows up and it goes the way you want to.
Yeah.
And those notifications coming in on your phone, it's just like a dopamine. It's a hit of dopamine. It's like, oh, dude, this is amazing.
Incredible. Yes. I mean, and the thing about that video, and I haven't experienced anything since that viral since I Like 'Em I Fat, but it went viral everywhere. Mm-hmm. I didn't post it on Twitter, but somebody had already screen grabbed it, posted it on Twitter, and I was getting tagged on Twitter. And by the time that I looked at that, it was like an hour after I had posted it on Facebook, and it already had 200,000 views on Twitter. So it was Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. It just blew up everywhere. And like I said, nothing's ever compared to that parody.
Yeah.
I've done others, but that one was the coolest and popped off the most.
That's the most beautiful thing, especially when you can schedule something that quickly from recording it and everything falls into place.
It just did. And top of mind the whole time was just that I wanted to have something really neat to dedicate to Petey because I believed in my heart that he would wake up out of that, and he actually did.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's thriving today. So
that's amazing.
So he actually got to see that video, and since then he's gotten to see all this stuff that's followed after that video. So it's really a beautiful way to start this journey.
That's such a beautiful story.
Thank you.
Especially the fact that, like, you know, he came out of it, he saw it, and now he's seeing you progress even more.
Yeah.
That's just, man. Shout out to Petey.
Shout out to Petey. I actually just recently talked to him because he brought up the music video, but because he had seen my post about Israel, I had shared your post, and he goes, here you are doing it again for somebody else. Like, you're trying to bring joy to somebody else. And he's like, I've always wondered what my purpose in life is going to be after I've survived that horrible time. And he said, I feel in my heart that I'd like to connect with him. At least he has somebody he can speak to that's been through this really ugly disease.
Yeah.
So I thought that was beautiful that
is.
he reached out and said, connect me with Israel. I'd love to chat with him whenever he's ready.
Yeah. No, it's very beautiful.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine, like, fighting a disease that's, like, so life-threatening. You know? And that has to be one of the toughest things. There's
never any good news with that.
Yeah. It has to be one of the toughest things. So for you to, like, come in and do that, and for him to, like, see it, and, like, I'm sure that just, like, lifted his spirits and filled him up with so much joy.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. And from the moment that it went viral to the moment that I actually got to go back to the hospital to show it to Petey was a 3-week span.
Wow.
And I mean, I saw him on life support. Like, they had the X's of tape on his eyes already. It was insane. I will never forget seeing him like that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing what, like, your heart and your passion can do when you actually put your mind to something and want to do something for somebody to lift their spirits.
Yes.
That's the whole thing with me with the TikToks was during the pandemic. We were in such a, like, crazy environment of, like, everybody scared, and all I wanted to do was make people laugh. And so I started doing the skits.
Yeah.
And I had such a burning passion to be, like, remembered during the pandemic for making people laugh. That's what I wanted to be remembered for.
I love that.
And it happened.
It
because
happened.
You're passionate about it, and you just keep pushing.
Yeah.
No matter how tired you are, like, well, I want to get, all right, well, I got 2 to 3 skits a day. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Push it out. Push it out. Push it out.
And you really did. You were cranking those videos out fast.
Crazy.
Like crazy fast. Because you got to keep up with that momentum too. It's like, okay, they're watching. Let me keep doing it. Very smart, man.
That's a time that I look back on, and even to this day, I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? It was literally like
It's not crazy.
2 months straight of releasing 1 to 3 skits a day.
Yeah.
Every single day for 2 months straight.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. I look back, I'm like, dude, how did I
Where did that
do
energy
this?
come from? Yeah.
Like it's almost like I blacked out for 2 months. And just
Dude,
boom,
you
boom,
were
boom,
in
boom,
puro
boom,
hecho
boom,
vuelo
boom.
mode.
Dude.
Like,
Throwing them out a pendejo, like
gacho. Yeah.
just crazy.
That's great though.
Yeah. No, it was.
Hey, and your heart was in the right place. Your intentions were pure, and it paid off, man.
Yeah.
It paid off.
Yep. It did.
It's amazing.
That content creating thing will definitely change your life, as you know.
As you know it.
As
yeah.
you know.
Absolutely, sir.
So with my content creating and doing comedy and everything, it works great for me because I'm single. I have no kids. I
Yeah.
have no girl. I have nothing to worry about.
Right.
With you, it's completely different. You have a husband and you have 2 beautiful girls who are in my living room just chilling right now. So how does that affect you, or how does it, like, make your job harder than it is?
I don't push. I push really hard. I'm very passionate, but I also hold back certain things because I don't want to let my girls down. And I speak financially. You know, as we were discussing downstairs, me being laid off from my job, to a lot of people that know me and they've seen my progression in comedy, they're like, what a blessing. Good. This is what you needed. You needed to be laid off so you can do comedy full time.
Right.
And you would think that's the obvious thing that I would think of. But the first thing I thought of was, oh my gosh, who's going to provide health benefits for my kids and for my husband? And okay, if I do comedy full time, it's not paying for anything right now.
Right.
I'm just growing. So then what if they want to go on a vacation? Am I going to say no? I just don't want to sacrifice the comfortable way that we're living now just so I can live my dream.
Yeah.
That's what makes it difficult, balancing it all. I have a very supportive husband. You know my husband. You've met him several times, and he's like, do it, baby, do it, baby, do it, baby. And when the iron is hot, we're there. You know, we're going. But it's during this time right now. I'm not going to lie. As soon as I got laid off, I was applying like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and I have faith and I'm praying and everything. But at that moment, I was like, I need benefits and we need this and we need that. I was freaking out. And I applied I applied to 6 jobs. And I got 6 emails back from those jobs saying thanks, but no thanks. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're gonna have to ride this out a little bit.
Right.
So, and again, I don't want to let my kids down. So I immediately started getting on the phone and I started booking shows. And I was able to book, let me see, my last day of work. So April, we still get paid through the middle of April for severance pays and stuff. But I was able to secure the month of May. I was able to secure June. Then I'm going to secure, hopefully be able to secure July and just keep going from there. And I'm like, I just got to keep going. Just got to keep going. And one of the things I talked to my husband about is I said, if I don't get a full-time job right away, I'm going to really have to hustle with this Chona stuff, which means I may be gone.
Yeah.
I may be gone more. Like, well, is that okay with you? And he's like, I just know I know that you're destined to do this and you have my full support. The kids are good with dad.
Yeah.
Mom, go do your thing. And that's beautiful, but it's like, it's hard.
Yeah. So 2 things. One, your husband, Billy, is a complete badass. Like, he is literally so supportive of everything you do and will do the most wildest and crazy fucking things with you in skits. Like the one of you, like, on your side and he's like lifting you up. You're like, oi, 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 oi. Like, I know that hurt his back, because that hurt my fucking back. Like, no offense.
I'm a big bench.
But
No,
like, fuck,
it's
dude.
true.
Literally fucking lifting up a linebacker. No offense.
No, not taking. Not fucking taking.
And you're fucking like humping and he's like, fuck, dude, fuck. Like, that's literally the most supporting fucking guy.
Yeah, and he's got a good supportive back too.
And he
really is. He really
he's
is.
great.
He's great. I got really lucky with that man.
Yeah.
I really did.
You did.
And he's known about my passion for acting and being funny since I met him.
Yeah.
You know, he met me in high school. I was in the high school theater drama club, you know, so he's known. And he gets very teary-eyed when we're at the shows because he sees the standing ovations and then the meet and greets. And he's just like, I am just, he cries. He really, he tears up. And I still get very emotional because it's just such a dream.
It is.
And it's a beautiful feeling, you know. It's a beautiful feeling when the audience is like just in awe of what you just did. And they're so nice and so supportive. And so I'm not going to stop.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to stop. And not only that, but my kids get to meet Polar Bear.
Right. Yeah.
That Quinny, she loved you.
Oh, man, she did. I see you, Polar Bear.
I see you.
It's like, I've seen you like 96 times since you've been here.
She told him that at
What's
least
up?
80 times.
And this is how fucking dope Billy is. Me and Chona have been filming skits. He
day.
pulled up and was literally sitting outside with the kids in the car for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, just chilling because he didn't want to bring the kids in to like interrupt us. Like Billy's like to be with a 3-year-old in a car for that long.
Yeah.
And Quinn with how like much she talks.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I don't
Patience.
Oh man, I don't have any kids, so I don't know how to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably fucking Tony Soprano and have like a fucking panic attack and just, what are you doing over here? I told you to fucking sit down in the fucking car. And I just pass out like done. Like, and so shout out to Billy. Like legit. Billy's fucking amazing.
Thank you.
The second thing, I know that you said that your girls, like you don't want to let them down, right? And so you're getting gigs. You try to get jobs. They didn't come through. So now you're just trying to book gigs. The best advice I can give you is use that as your motivation. Yeah. Because even though it's your biggest fear, that fear can push you from behind.
Yes. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. I do appreciate that. No, you're right. You're right. I instantly, I sat down with my 13-year-old and told her about my job and losing my job, and wanted to explain to her that we may not be able to do a summer trip this summer. And it's not that, just when she goes, Mom, are we broke? I said, no, we're not. We're going to be okay. Right. Financially, we'll be fine. But we can't live the way we've been living because nothing's secure right now.
Yeah.
And so we may not have a summer vacation this year. And she's like, Mom, it's totally fine. Like, that's okay. We'll make the best of it. She's so sweet and understanding. We'll make the best of it. But that alone just broke my heart. And this week she's like, Mom, don't worry about, I need supplies for school, but don't worry about spending money out of our bank account, family bank account. I have birthday money and I can use it.
Wow.
I know. And I was like, see, these are the things. And so to your point, it just, I think that was the day I scheduled a meeting with the city of Del Rio. And I'm like, hey, let's talk about can you book me? Can we do something?
Right.
Because I am being motivated by that.
Yeah. And you have to be.
You have to
and that's the thing that you have to constantly remind yourself, because there's going to be constantly an enemy that comes after us, spiritually, physically, in every shape, form, and fashion, especially when you're chasing your dreams. Yeah. And one of the things the enemy can say to you is that you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a mom. Look at what she just said to you. Look at what this is your 13-year-old daughter, worry about money. But you can't look at it that way. The way that you have to look at it is your 13-year-old daughter is seeing what happens when you go after your dream and you put it all on the line. Because that's going to give her the willpower to want to do what she saw her mom do.
Yeah.
Because kids, whether you like it or not, they are such a sponge, and they just look at their parents and they do what they do. Like me, the reason I'm so clean, the reason I do all this stuff is because I saw my dad. My dad was always organized. He always wanted to shit. My mom was super clean, had to make sure the house was good. Yeah. And that's where I got my skills from, and my work ethic from my dad, because he was always on the go.
I love that.
So like your daughter seeing you work and hustle and put it all on the line and like, okay, well, I quit my job, I'm going to figure this stuff out. That's always going to be instilled in her heart. So anything that she loves and is passionate about, she's going to go after it full force.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful.
You just have to, keep grinding.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no hay de más. I just got to keep going. There's no time for me to wallow and most importantly, there's no time to spiral on the what ifs and all the sad shit that can come to your mind when it comes to this situation. We're going to be okay, man.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be all good. And like I told you downstairs earlier, this was not a coincidence that I was laid off.
Yeah.
It's what I've been praying for. I just didn't know it would come in that form, God.
Right.
But I trust you.
Yep.
Let's go.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Trusting.
Yeah. It's hard, but you have to. And and sometimes I even feel guilty about like getting in my thoughts about like where I start to worry a little bit. Like, okay, if I don't get like a April gig or if I don't get a July gig, like doing that stuff, then I start telling myself, Joanna, God's listening to you and he's going to punish you for not having faith. So I'm like, everything's going to be wonderful. Thanks, God. Like,
right.
start trying to change my mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's all good, man. I ain't the only one in the country that's ever gone through this before.
No,
it's just a unique circumstance, comedy and all that, but it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
The doubt is literally the natural instincts of a human being.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I mean, you really got to think about that, like, even if you remember in the Bible, even Jesus had, some of his doubts, and there was things that he didn't want to do. Like, he, even before, he got crucified and hung on the cross, even he was praying like, hey, God, like, Father, are you sure you want this? Like, I mean, this is your will, I'll do it, but come on, man. Like,
right.
You don't have like a second thought of like, maybe give me like 5 more years. I could do a lot more. But he's just like,
that wasn't the plan.
Nope, I know your will. All right, well, let's do it. And so he went and
then I'm in the right time. I've been placed in the right time at the right place. Being here with you right now and listening to your story and knowing your leap of faith and quitting your job and doing everything. Si se puede hacer. I just, there's a little bit of fear there.
Yeah, that's natural.
Yeah.
That's,
absolutely.
I heard this on the Dr. Dre Compton album.
Okay.
Jimmy Iovine was talking in the very beginning. That's like the guy who put like Interscope Records and all this stuff together and helps him like with everything, right? So Jimmy Iovine was talking and he talks about fear. And he's like, fear is a very powerful thing. The thing that you have to try and understand and do is grab that fear, wrestle it, and push it behind you to where it pushes you instead of stands in front of you. And that is what got me to where I am today. Because my biggest fear, being single, not having kids, having all the tools I need to get where I need to be, my biggest fear was being in my 60s or 70s and worrying, like sitting there in my 60s and 70s, like, man, what would have happened if I quit my job? What would have happened if I went after it? That was my fear. I never wanted to get old and be mad at myself for not giving this thing 100%.
Right.
And so I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I got to quit my job. Quit my job. Went after it. Did it full time. It was scary as shit. There was so much fear. There were so many times I just fell into depression. Like, it was rough. That's literally the only time that I've ever thought about killing myself. Just that once. And I'll never do it, but it scared the shit out of me, like looking at my gun and like, this is so easy to grab it and end it.
Oy, que feo.
And that was like, what the fuck? Why did I just think that? And I was like, no. I need to figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
And comedy is such a fucked up thing because I remember I was going through that and like, I hit up Raymond and I told Raymond what I was going through.
Yeah.
And, he's like, bro, he was like, you need to start journaling. He's like, just journal and write what you're thankful for and start your days by praying. I was like, I'm already praying, but I don't journal. He's like, start journaling.
Yeah.
And so like I did, and that helped tremendously.
That's awesome.
And then literally like, I think either 3 or 4 days or like a week after that, I went down there with Raymond because I needed cash. And he was like, just come do a corporate gig with me. I'll give you some cash or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. I went down there and did a corporate gig. I didn't know that it had to be clean. And so like, I was like, dude, like I didn't know it was like to like 10, 15 minutes before like we started.
Oh my God.
And I was like, fuck, dude. And so like Tripa went up and he didn't do great. And then I went up and I ate the fattest dick. I was like, I was just thinking about killing myself like a week ago. So now I just ate a dick in front of like all these people. That's cool. Fun. All right, life. And all you can do at that point is laugh about it. Like,
yes,
you motherfucker. And like Raymond loves seeing people eat shit on stage.
What?
He loves it. If you're ever around Raymond and you're bombing, you will hear his laugh in complete silence.
Oh no.
He will be in the back. Like he loves it.
Oh,
like
my God.
when Israel was on there and he was doing his shit and like nobody was laughing, I would look over at Raymond, he'd go because like he's smelling
him.
He's smelling the sniff of like eating dicks on stage. He's just like, oh yeah, I can fucking smell it. I say love it. And I was like laughing, and I even have like a snap of that day. And then I went up and I ate dicks like right after Israel, and I was like, fuck, dude, it was rough.
That's the scary, scary thing, man.
Oh yeah.
And then on top of everything else, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and go home. I think the gun situation.
I knew I should have grabbed that gun and put it to use. Fuck, dude.
Darn it! This would have never happened.
Yeah, exactly. I've been good. I never known about this. I thought I was I would have died thinking I was an awesome comic. Now I'm still alive.
I know. I'm not. All right, great.
I ate a dick in front of a whole corporate event. That's cool. All
Dude,
right.
how many people was it?
It had to be like 100 people.
Oh no.
It was.
That's hard.
It was fucking rough. It was rough. I said.
Maybe Raymond likes it because he knows he's gonna go and kill it when he gets up there.
Because Raymond can do whatever the fuck he wants.
You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, he was great.
Yeah.
He's really good. I mean, he's really good.
He is. I said pinche culero, and like everybody's like they didn't want to laugh because all the higher executives are there. And so like
that was highly inappropriate.
I was like, these motherfuckers, really? Like this is gonna be a long fucking set. And I just had to
How much time did you have?
I think I did 10 minutes.
Longest fucking 10 minutes of your life, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. It was a fucking big black veiny cock.
Good for you. And you're a gagger.
It was fucking, I don't want any more. Like, it was rough.
Please stop.
It was fucking rough. But, I mean, it's fucking comedy, you know? Like, what are you going to do?
It's not all going to be, what are you going to do? It's not all going to be easy, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I the worst I think I had was with Raymond, too.
Yeah.
When we were doing the Chingonas comedy tour, we stopped there at that resort that he stays at.
Yeah.
And once again, it's very Mexican-related comedy, Hispanic comedy that I do. So there's just a whole bunch of tourists, white tourists.
Rich white people.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, chupa mi verga, everybody.
Yeah, and they don't know what the fuck. They're like, huh?
They're like, that is just, I've never had oysters before. Or I don't know. Just
they're fucking rough. I told, because my parents, like, would always go there, like, growing up. Like, they would always go to Isla Grande and, like, go and dance. And we went there, like, recently. And my parents like, you got to go to the bar with us. You got to go to the club, whatever. And I was like, all right, you know, I'll go with mom and dad, right? So we're in there. And, like, the fucking white people on that dance floor.
Oh, yeah.
I looked on the dance floor, and all I heard in my mind, and I'm making a skit about this, all I heard in my mind were the side effects for a medication. Because they're like a bunch of old people dancing, and it's like, side effects may include diarrhea, nausea, stroke, dizziness, throat ache. And it's just like, and I see him like, yeah.
I don't know why, while you're saying this, the song that I hear in my in my head is, play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music.
Dude, they had a cover band, and they literally covered the Cupid Shuffle. And it's a white girl singing it.
Down, do your thing, do your thing.
To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left.
Now, dude.
Oh, it was awful. I was like, what the fuck is this? What is going on?
Now walk it by your side.
Dude, literally.
That's hilarious.
There was not a credit score under 750 on that fucking dance floor.
Oh, gosh, I wish I had just smelled that air.
Oh, man. I was like, what
It probably all smelled like that beautiful coconut sunscreen that white people like to use.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
That's
know
probably what it smelled like in there. Like a big pina colada.
Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, I was like, why the fuck am I here? I'm gonna go to my room. You're
and
going.
You fit in though, but you fit in just nice. You know what I mean?
I don't want to fucking.
You don't have to, and you don't want to, but you do.
Yeah.
Like if we needed somebody to take one for the team, we'd be like, John, go find out what kind of business propositions they're having in there. That way we can steal their ideas.
Yeah, I literally called.
And you would
Raymond.
be able to sit there, you know.
Yeah, fuck that. I literally called Raymond. I was like, Raymond, come. You want to come down here? And he came down there and like he grabbed some food. And I was like, let's go to your fucking room and go smoke weed. I was like, all right, Mom, Dad, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go with Raymond.
I'm going to hang out with my big, tall friend.
Yeah, and just fucking get high. And that's what we did. I was like, all right, this is great. So
The biggest takeaway for me was definitely that there's a cover band that covers the Cupid Shuffle. That's impressive.
it was
How many rehearsals do you think they had for that song?
fucking knows.
Too many.
Too many. Oof, dude. It
And
was.
a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2.
Can we make it sound more white?
Can you bring the strings and the horns
It
in?
was fucking bad. It was rough.
But I bet you the dance floor was.
Oh, they loved it. They were fucking killing it, dude. You know, white people love to steal stuff from black people. You know that. Look at fucking Chuck Berry and rock and roll.
You see what I mean? You see, point.
Elvis
There's
came
the
in.
point.
I'm like, come on. Now they're stealing the fucking Cupid Shuffle. Fuck off.
Leave us something.
Fuck off.
Leave them something, please.
Please.
We've had enough of this,
dude. Fuck yeah. So it was rough. It was just like, y'all are out of line for this shit.
No,
Y'all
they,
are out
they
of line.
crossed.
Out of fucking
line. Case in
The
point,
OG
man.
White theft. The Macarena.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's men that sing it in Spanish, the Macarena. There's that one part.
Hey, Macarena.
No, he'd say, "Dale te cuerpo alegría, la, la,
Oh
la."
no, I know. I'm just
You know what I
saying to the
mean?
white people.
Oh, hey, Macarena.
Yeah. Like a mockingbird. Macarena.
Macarena.
My iPhone today.
What was it?
Remember when I said I wanted to say muchas gracias for my talk for my wings.
Oh, yeah.
I said muchas gracias.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we're not doing all that.
Fucking Siri.
Yeah, Siri, spice it up.
Siri can be cool, but she can also be a stupid bitch.
She really can. There's been plenty of times that she addresses me, and I'm like, ain't nobody fucking talking to your ass.
All the time.
The fuck?
They're listening.
They really are.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, we're talking about the Cupid Shuffle. I bet you anything, the next time we log on to Facebook, there's going to be music videos of the Cupid Shuffle coming on
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
out of nowhere.
I'm sure. My Pornhub tags, there's going to be so much like Cupid porn. It's going to be fucking crazy.
Ridiculous. They're going to have wings and a bow and an arrow.
Nuts. I'm probably going to jerk off.
Literally.
I'm probably going to jerk off to it.
Nuts.
I don't want to disappoint the algorithms.
No, you
You know,
can't.
like I just...
No, we gotta pay homage to the algorithm gods.
Yeah.
They treat us okay.
You know what? Touche. Let's let's get it. Let's fucking, oh shit, watch out. He's not only shooting arrows, he's shooting cum. Yeah. Way to go, Cupid.
There go my
Fuck
little
yeah.
sperm fishies. Have a good one.
Fucking Cupid's shooting cum. That's fucking,
That's a good vision.
is it?
I mean, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
I just see South Park. Have you ever seen South Park when Cartman plays Cupid?
No,
Anytime
but
like
it already sounds funny.
he's playing Cupid, and anytime he shoots a arrow, he's like, and like he shoots it, and so I just see like a dude when he's coming, like, like
oh
just
my god!
coming all over a girl's face. She's in love now.
And shit. How about that love potion number
Oh,
9?
dude,
Why is the voice deep? Like immediately. Hey, how you doing?
I don't know. I think that's how girls see creepy dudes. Just like
Yeah, I think so.
like a real like low deep voice. Nah, you like that? Nah, 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 nah. Yeah,
Come slobbing my knob.
yeah.
Gross.
That's fucking disgusting.
It is. It is. That's why I'm glad my husband has a high pitched voice.
Yeah.
Imagine. Hey, everybody. It's me, Billy. Billy.
Oh my God, Billy. Yeah. Yeah. Just imagine if he did have a high voice.
Dude, that would be great because mine's a little low for a woman.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, I mean, I didn't want to tell you, but it is. And it would be great if we were opposites.
And he's all watching the kids. No, babe, go. I got the kids. I'll watch them.
I'm so happy for you.
Fucking Mickey Mouse. Oh, ho, ho, hey, I'll watch the kids. Oh, ho, ho. Like, yeah, fuck that.
How would
Yeah.
he sound disciplining them? How do you sound when you're angry with that voice? Oh, that's hard to impersonate an angry, high-pitched voice person.
Go to your room right now.
Oh, Dad, it's so warm and welcoming.
I'm gonna count to 3.
I've had enough of you, young lady. That's enough.
Who wants hot dogs?
What?
Now it's going back to me.
Yep, now it's good.
Yeah.
Now it's going back to this guy.
Yeah. Who wants hot dogs?
He lives deep within you. You can tell.
I just thought of hot dogs as a Mickey Mouse, the theme song. Hot dog. Yeah. My nephew loved that shit.
Yeah, the girls did too. They used to like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, that was my nephew's jam.
Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna lie. I've sat there and watched a few episodes with the kids.
Yeah, fuck yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I get like downstairs. What are they watching? Home with the little purple alien.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally getting involved, getting in my feels for that movie.
Yeah. I acted like I would get involved so your daughter wouldn't talk to me as much.
I know, I understand.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, come on, man. I fucking see you. Look, oh, what's this about? Who is this character?
You're like,
And she would say something I'm like, all right, cool. You gotta live. I see you. Fuck, dude. I don't want to see you. You're cute as hell. And I see you. But I just want to relax. I want to chill.
She's a lot of energy. But that's what's funny is that Billy knows that. That's why he stayed in the car. He knows how she is.
He's a fucking MVP, that
Dude,
guy.
he is. And so when we went to go get the food outside, my 13-year goes, Dad, Quinn's being Quinn. And he's all, she's talking a lot, right? I was like, yes, dude. She keeps following John everywhere. She's like, I see you, Paula Bear.
She's the cutest thing alive.
She is. She is.
So cute.
She is cute. But gosh darn it, honey.
Fuck, dude. When you don't have kids, it's like,
It's hard.
will you fucking give it a rest?
No, there's no such thing, John.
Ugh.
No, there's no rest to give. And she likes to sleep with us.
Mm,
I'm like, you're going to your own room.
yeah.
But why? Because that's where you should be at night.
Yeah.
I just wanted to cuddle bugs with you tonight, Mommy. With her little lisp.
Cuddle bug.
How do you say no?
Yeah. It's like the little girl on Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
Right? Little Stewart. You want to watch? We always read Little Stewart. Yeah. You got to start reading your Little Stewart so you can hear it.
I like the way she makes the voices when she reads Charlotte's Web.
Yeah. Yep. That's the one. That's the one.
But we're in the middle of Charlotte's Web.
Yeah. That's got to be little Quinn right there.
That's Quinn. She's got a cute little lisp.
Mm-hmm.
And she loves to chat.
She's cute, but
Thank you. She's cute, but I can't wait for y'all to leave.
having no kids, it just I don't have the patience.
It's different. It honestly,
Fuck.
I didn't either. I didn't either. And then I had kids, and all of a sudden, you're just like naturally equipped with patience.
Yeah.
It just comes natural.
That's what I hear. Like, even my cousins told me that because he has 4 kids.
Yeah,
and
that's a lot.
he's just, and I'll be with him, and his kids are like talking like crazy. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, hey man, like, you know, like your kids are like kind of going crazy, huh? Oh yeah, hey, y'all keep it down. I'm like, you didn't fucking hear him. Like,
No.
dude, I zone them out. Like, I've learned to just like turn them off. I was like, that's so irresponsible.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Quinn's got all her toys in her room, but she likes to bring everything down to the living room, and we're just trying to watch TV and just enjoy. Can you just go play in your room? No, I like it down here. We pick our battles. You just got to pick your battles with the 3-year-old. That's like mine. And she's very loud. But I literally watched a whole ass movie the other day, and she was screaming, running up and down, jumping on the couch. I didn't even notice her. I'm just making sure she's safe. Okay, finish watching the movie.
That's an art right there.
That's a superpower.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's why you get them that hashtag fuck them kids.
Hashtag, gosh, I have had days.
Yeah.
Hashtag fuck them kids.
Yeah. I get it.
It's a challenge in itself, but then there's moments where she's just, the shit she does is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I love that she's so little and she makes me laugh.
Yeah. Oh, she's hilarious. She's funny as shit.
She is.
And she has her moments of like, what the fuck? She definitely has your like personality.
She does.
100%.
She does. Chloe and Billy are a little bit more on the same.
Chloe's chill as fuck.
Super chill, dude.
Chloe says hi to me, and that's literally it.
She don't want to talk to you, bro.
Yeah.
She's like, I saw you a lot on TikTok. That was about
That's it.
all she gave you.
Yeah, she was like, she let me know that she saw me on TikTok, and I'm going to show you that I don't give a fuck if you're on TikTok. Fuck you and your TikToks. Yeah, I know my mom helped you out. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm going to sit here. Yeah, I'm going to drink your shit. Yeah, I'm going to eat your little miniature Kit Kats.
And I'm going to fucking use your throw blanket.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Like, all right, cool, man.
Who cares about you, polar bear?
I like her better, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, she says less.
The fuck, dude? We can chill. Like, you're fucking cool. You just
Chill as fuck.
Yeah.
She really is. She really is chill as fuck. I like hanging out with my kid.
Yeah.
Quinn, we need breaks.
Quinn.
We need a little bit. We need a little bit of break, and I'm with her all day long because I work from home, and so she's with me. But that iPad is probably the best thing that could have ever been invented.
Yeah.
Because and the only reason why we bought it is when I took her out of daycare, I was like, there needs to be something she can be distracted with, and we bought her the iPad, and she's like a master fucking Roblox player.
Yeah.
Do you know what Roblox is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What it is.
Oh, it's like you'll have to see whenever before we leave. She played. It's crazy. She's 3 and she's all.
Yep. That was my brother was like, I'm never gonna allow my son to be raised by an iPad, and then he would just go like 100 miles an hour, and he's like, "Where's your tablet? Get your tablet." Like it gets to a point of like, I don't give a fuck. Just fucking raise him. I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm trying to be on my phone and watch something. Let him play with his fucking tablet.
I just want peace sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, and she's just very full of energy. And when the iPad dies, we all feel it. We know, because then she wants to play with everyone. And if you don't play with her, she has a way of telling you you're a shitty parent without telling you you're a shitty parent.
Nice.
She's really good.
She is.
She's I'm like,
She's only 3.
she's 3.
Fuck, dude.
I'm like, I'm fucking tired, Quinn. Yeah, but don't you just love me a little bit? And I'm like, I do, man.
I'd be such a shitty parent. I'd be like,
No.
not that much. Not really.
Yeah, not at
No.
this moment.
Yeah, no.
I'm fucking tired.
You know when I would love you? When you're sleeping. Go to fuck to sleep. How about that? How about you just sleep? Can you sleep, please? Can you? And then I'd put her in a sleeper hold and she'd go to sleep.
But I wanna.
All right, there. Yep.
You're like, works every time, guys.
Oh
It's bedtime.
man, I'm loving you so much right now. Okay, there you go. Shh. Good night, sweetheart. And go to bed. That's it.
Yeah. Dude, I used to think that way too. Like when my friends had kids and I didn't have kids yet, I'd be like, but it just all changed.
You gain patience when you have
You
kids.
gain patience. When they're hurt, you're hurt. It's completely different gig. But
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Yeah.
All right.
I like
So,
that shit.
final question.
Yeah.
Where do you see, like, what's your ultimate goal, I should say? Like, what's your ultimate goal, like, of comedy? Like, do you want to be as successful as where, like, you have your own series or you have your own show or you're doing, like, theaters and arenas and have a Netflix special? Like, what is your ultimate goal in what you're doing?
Would it be exactly that?
That?
But a goal that I feel that I can reach sooner. I just ultimately want to be able to support my family doing comedy.
Yeah.
And my ultimate goal in life, whether it's comedy or whatever it brings me, is I just want to pay my kids' college in cash. And that's my biggest hustler move right there. Is it's always right here in my mind that I need enough money to pay for their college in cash.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. That was always like mine, is being able to make a living off of doing comedy and making people laugh.
Beautiful.
However it was.
However it is.
Skits, comedy, stand up, however it was.
And you're doing it. I mean, I want to be able to get to, and it's going to come in waves, man. It's coming in steps. I can't just keep sprouting, and I got to have moments to grow. And it's going to take a while, but I'm willing to see where this goes. Obviously I have my fears, but I want to eventually get to where you're at, you know, and then continue to climb the ladder to get more, get the Netflix special, or
Right.
I really just want a big tour. Like, I'd love to do that. I'm not there yet, but it's okay. We'll get there eventually.
Well, like you said, that's the key to this business. It's understanding that it comes in waves.
Yes.
My first viral video was 2016. I thought that was it. I was like, oh yeah, finally, here it is. Okay, now we're getting a little steam.
Right.
Nope. I didn't take off again. Like, I had like little viral videos here and there, but they didn't do anything to change me. I didn't take off and reach the next level until 2020, 4 years later. Like, literally
That
a
was
little over 4
fast.
years. Yeah. And it was boom. That's the next level.
It really was.
And I've been doing these shows. I've been doing everything. And like now, I'm just starting to move into weekends. We'll see how that goes this year, but the next level would be arenas. So
I love that.
Who knows when that's going to be? It could be another 4 years, could be 5 years, 6 years. Who knows?
Who knows?
2020. It's already been 3 years if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Which, flew,
It did.
But, that's the thing that you always have to understand and know in this business is that it's going to come in waves.
Yeah.
So if you have something that like blows up, that's great. Live in that moment, ride the wave as long as it lasts. Once it goes down, don't be too hard on yourself. Just get back to it and keep releasing stuff and keep on punching, keep on plugging away and keep on doing it. Because after a while, you're going to release something that, boom, there's another wave. And then it's just,
again. Yeah.
That's literally it.
I love that.
It's an up and down thing. And I'm glad that you have that, and I'm glad that you said that, because that just like proves to me that you're going to be okay with everything you're doing.
Yeah, I have to be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't by any means so far that my journey has gone okay. It's never up here that I'm like, shit, I'm fucking making all these moves. I've only been doing. I don't talk like that, dude. That's not in my nature to talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, okay, I was just in the right time, in the right spot, and I'll continue working and building, because it needs to come in steps, like we said.
Yeah, and it will. It'll all unfold, and it'll all get there within due time. You just got to keep plugging away.
Absolutely.
A lot of the reason why a lot of people don't make it is because they quit before like anything ever happens, because they get frustrated. And they're like, man, I thought this was going to be it. And if they just would have kept going, who knows? It could have been another month, another year.
Know.
Just got to keep doing it.
Know.
Yep.
Makes sense, man.
Just got to keep doing it. Well, y'all be on the lookout for Chona. She is an amazing comedian, a great friend, very funny, naturally funny. I see you doing really big things in the future and selling out comedy venues and moving to weekends and doing everything.
Amen.
If you can tell the people where to follow you.
You can find me at Chona E 210 on every platform.
Chona E 210, and go check out her music videos because they are hilarious. She got bars. I say
do.
that.
I spit hot fire.
Hot fire. Dailan.
Arakating.
That type shit.
That type shit.
Check her out, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you then. Peace.
Cooler than the polar bear. Born in the game.